Today I am doing a quick show and tell of the vintage postcards I collected over the years because I intend to use some of them in a journal I'll be making for a friend of mine. And while I have them all in one place, still I thought it would be interesting just to have a look. Some of them were bought from Etsy years ago, and some of them are from my grandmother's stash. You will see which ones are which because they are very different. The first one, so the first pile is this. It's all cutesy Valentine's, Easter and birthday themed cards. Some of them were just cutouts for little Valentines. I love when they have little writings on them. This is from around 1950s. And I'll be using this one because the person I'm making my junk journal for is a big cat lover, so I'm sure she'll enjoy it. Let's just go on. I bought a huge lot a few years ago on Etsy. I think I paid more for shipping than for the actual cards, and you can still find some good deals. The problem is always shipping because they are usually from United States, and shipping to Slovenia costs a fortune because, you know, stacks of paper tend to be heavy and therefore the shipping expensive. But sometimes it's just worth it. You know, you can go on Pinterest, and I do sometimes, and print out vintage images for your collages, scrapbooking or whatever, but it's never the same. It's never as gorgeous as it is in real life because, yeah, okay, so there's a little staining here and a little wear and tear on the edges, but you have gold foiling that's 60 years old. You have embossing. You have handwritten signature or notes or greetings. I mean, that's not priceless, but considering you can get some of these lots for like $20 plus shipping, it's a treat. I see it as a huge treat, and for all paper lovers especially, I think sometimes it's worth it. I have a few lots on Etsy already in my shopping cart. I'm just waiting to order them. Okay, here's a cute one. So a little boy, and this is flocked. We don't have cards like this anymore, I don't think. You know, you'll see more flocked ones, but yeah, apparently, and I'm always surprised how well they are preserved, considering this is not acid-free paper. Okay, so here's a little staining, probably from too much handling, but yeah, okay, it yellows a bit, it gets discolored, but that's part of its charms. I mean, isn't this like the cutest thing ever? And you have an original stamp, and I mean, and I got this for very little money. I think it was like $20 or something, but then I paid $35 plus for shipping. I can't remember exactly because it was so long ago, but I think it was worth every penny. Okay, so this is just a little cutout from a card. Sometimes when the greeting or the saying does not apply to my life or the person I'm giving it to at all, I just cut out little tidbits and use them like that. But isn't she cute? Like a pink bear. Who thinks of that? Okay, so here are more children's cards. A lot of them are flocked. This is the flocking. Isn't he cute? And then there's a deer, just some shading, and here, I don't know if you can tell, but this part is flocked, and this one a little here. Wouldn't it be cute to use in a baby album or something like that? And then we have some Easter chicks, and here is, okay, so the feathers fell off. Here's a little hole in here, and they're supposed to be stuck on the other side. I just cut out the chicks because I was not interested in the whole card. But here is the point I was trying to make. Some of these vintage papers are very well preserved, even though they are not printed on acid-free paper. However, the problem arises with adhesives. So this was glued on by the original makers with some Scotch tape. And this is what happens with glue that is not acid-free. And you will see some more examples of that further along the line, but yeah. That's why my pet peeve in Slovenia regarding craft shops is that they import beautiful papers, stamps, embossing powders, all sorts of things, and then you can't get acid-free adhesives, or they are extremely expensive. Like an ATG was 60 bucks in the center of town, and they only had one with no refills. There is no point in buying gorgeous and usually very expensive acid-free papers if you intend to use them with glues that have, or adhesive of other sorts that have acid in them. Because over time, okay, so the paper will yellow, it will get discolored a little bit, but you will still see the basic idea is intact. However, the glue, even on Scotch tape, will eat through it, so be careful what you use. There's no point in making gorgeous layouts only to ruin it with glue. Okay, so here apparently were some feathers that fell off, but isn't he cute? Yeah, okay, see? This is another example of the glue eating through, and it stained this side as well. But yeah, I would use this in a junk journal or a baby book as is, so with writing and everything. Isn't it gorgeous? I don't know, I'm in love with paper, and vintage paper is just, yeah. I don't spend money on vacations or clothes or makeup, but I spend it on paper of all sorts, and this is just, I've been hoarding this for years, seriously. I bought this like 6 or 7 years ago. Anyway, apparently something tore off on the other side, but this is still usable. You can do a lot of things with that. Another flocked paper, so happy Easter. It's a little bunny. And on Etsy you can find used greeting cards or unused. The unused are usually more expensive, but I don't mind the writing. So the first one has to be my favorite, and this one is has a special memory attached to it. So my grandpa, the husband of the grandma who gave them to me, was a painter. He painted houses, and this one is addressed to him. So he's been gone for over 30 years, and yeah, the card is from the year 1970. This is, of course, not getting used in a project. This is a keepsake. I'll put in a page protector, but yeah, I just thought I'd show it. And this one is my favorite. It's really badly battered. I love the image on front, and the fact that they put the postcard on as a diamond. It says 1,000 hugs and kisses, your Radivoy. And I just think it's beautiful. I scanned it a few times and printed it off as wrapping paper, which scanning also and using flash photography also damages photos and paper, but since it's already, as you can see, really tethered, I thought I would give it new life that way. Okay, the next one is a set of 3. They are unused old postcards, Easter ones, so a few children and some sheep. I'm thinking of scanning these as well. They're really vibrant even after all this time. Okay, another one is here, so a nice vista. Don't you just love it? I never read them, so one day I'll have to. I always say I will, but then never do. But yeah, so much history on such a tiny piece of paper. Another one, and they are not even family members. So I don't know where she got them, she can't remember either, but this one is from 1990. So here's a girl and her instrument. I don't know what kind of thing that is. I don't know, maybe it was hand delivered because there's no stamp. But yeah, I love how they wrote the date on it, so you can always tell what time it's from. And this one is in German. So and this one has a very interesting stamp placement. The front is not as cute as the other ones, but I love it anyway. Here we go. From 1955, and there's an Italian stamp on it. Okay, another is a little vista from Villa Namoro. Beautiful back. So I love the writing. Everything was done in pen. This is from 1936. As you can see from the discoloring of the postcard, but still a nice memory. The next one is a little boy eating his breakfast. It's very faded because it was written in pencil. Yeah, from 1919. So, and now we have a couple, so it's in Gothic script in German, and on the back side, this is really interesting. So it says zensuriert Militärs Zensur Adelberg. So it was censored because it was during the war. It was 1916. They read everything and put a stamp on it if it was deemed suitable to be sent to the recipient. Okay. Another one like that. Years ago I copied all the backs that had stamps and were intact and used them to cover my matchboxes, and it came out really well. I love that idea. I should probably do it again. Now we have a girl dancing, blank on the back. A little ship, also blank on the back. This is Kran. This one's also blank, I know that for sure. And then we have another lady belly dancing. This one was censored, so it was inspected by the censor office as well, but it's nothing fancy. It just says Herzliche Grüße und Küsse deine Tante Ivanka, so just hugs and kisses from Aunt Ivanka. Sent to Budapest. I don't even know how my grandma came in possession of these. God knows. Anyway, a cute angel one. Really badly beaten on the other side. This one is just a cut off, so nothing fancy on the back. It's really badly damaged, but this is actually a drawing, a painting of the old part of Ljubljana. Some of these houses still look the same. Okay, now we have a horse race. So funny, he landed on his ass. On his backside, excuse me. A little girl playing piano. And here we have, I don't know, a muse, a nymph, a goddess in her rose garden. Isn't it gorgeous how they embellished everything? So beautiful. Why don't they make postcards like that anymore, I wonder? And again, another one, also censored. But don't you love it how everyone made an effort and wrote beautifully? I mean, most people these days just have some chicken scratch, but this was... You can still read everything. It's still neat enough. Yeah. I wish someone would send me a postcard like that. And the last one. The last one is just a cute one. A little girl eating her breakfast, and someone wrote Milka on her shoulder. This is from when my dad, when he was still a boy, used to collect stamps, so he pulled them off of some of the postcards. But yeah. Look at the beautiful writing. No one does that anymore. I wonder why. Just type. But see, this is great inspiration to write a postcard or letter to someone, because these things persist. Some of these are almost 100 years old. Some were. One was from 1913. So you see, your texts get deleted. You lose your phone, you smash it, you run out of battery, you change devices. But paper, even if it's not acid free, just stays so much longer. I don't know any of these people except for the postcard that was written to my grandpa. But yeah, you get little tiny glimpses in their life. I love that. And in a junk journal, a little piece of that, and I don't know, I just think it's very precious and priceless. Okay, thank you for watching and hearing me ramble on. Bye bye!